Yeah, got any show for y'all.
Black voters are not having it. MSNBC, I mean, the host that's asking these questions, she's in shock. Because they're so used to black people being a monolith.
Yeah, watch this.
Let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president
That's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for a truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
This is a thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, you know, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Right.
Yeah. Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. When she swore into the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Like, Kamala just recently went to a black church. Of course, she doesn't take her husband, who is way too light, and he's Jewish. Yeah, because she's trying to paint this picture that she is a black woman. Going there with a white husband and
Jewish.
white kids. Yeah, Jewish, whatever he is. Some people claim he's not white, he's Jewish, whatever that means. To black people, that is white.
Yeah.
And that takes away from her being a black woman, because in black culture, black women, you seen as a sellout.
Right.
Like if a black guy marries a white chick,
Yeah.
sellout.
Yeah.
Same thing for a black woman. So that's just the culture. Our culture sucks. So that's why she didn't even take her husband to that black church. When she's that pandering for votes, she's trying to paint herself as this black woman.
And they know her record too. She's not she wasn't a public defender. She was a prosecutor. Her job was to lock up black folks. You know? And rightfully so. If the black person did something wrong, lock them up. You know, do your job. But she says she's for the people, but she's not really for the people. She was a prosecutor. She's not a public defender. Yeah. I'm just up in arms like why anybody will vote for this lady after 4 years. And all of her interviews, all the questions she's being asked, she doesn't come off genuine. She's not direct. She doesn't speak with confidence.
Hell, she doesn't even answer the question.
Yeah.
She answers the question with her hopes and dreams for the country.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't give you solid reasons why you should vote for her, how it's going to be different. She's even said herself, if you vote for me, you're going to get the same as you got when Biden was in office. She's not going to do anything different.
Yeah.
But there's more to this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives me hope when I see black people think like this. It's just common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you hope.
And I just wonder for anybody who heard that, like what they thought of that.
Deeply offended. I was deeply offended. And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line. And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it. I agree with the idea of mass deportation, largely. You have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to welfare and other benefits. So, like, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life, and we don't get anything, especially Black Americans who suffer so much in the system under Democrats. We don't get anything. That's insane. You talk about Springfield, Ohio, and the whole thing with the fluff talk of, grabbing the soundbite about Haitians or whatever is eating cats and dogs. Y'all trying to change the narrative of what he's really talking about. Yep. Change the narrative of really what we're talking about. And telling us that's what we should be discussing. No, this here, this is what we're discussing. This here, this is America. And this is what America is about and what we're discussing.
Know that he's going to win because he is the best for America. He's worried about our economy.
The crime is high. The violence is high. The schools are bad. We can go on and on. Where Democrats have been in charge for 40 years.
We're voting for Donald Trump unequivocally. Period. No one else is going to persuade us. We 2 weeks out, and we won't sleep until November the 6th.
So you know who you're voting for?
Yes, I'm voting for Trump, definitely.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
He's more strong, like strong-minded in a way. He's focused on what we got to focus on. Like, he doesn't play. That's what I respect about him.
He doesn't play.
Yeah, he doesn't play. He always just stands for what he believes, and he doesn't go back. No matter how many people are bashing him, no matter people is criticizing him, nothing.
He doesn't take BS. He's not going to hear it. He's a businessman. He's not there for the fluff talk of politics. We need someone strong. We need someone who's going to get down to business and take care of what this country needs, but also understands what the community needs.
Yeah, I want to touch on what he said. He's strong. Like, Trump has been shot at. Bullet came this close, right? Yeah. He gets up, he's pumping his fist. A couple days later, he's out in public. It doesn't faze him. He doesn't have PTSD or nothing. He might, I don't know.
I would be rattled.
He's strong. But Kamala, a couple years back, she was on stage and a guy came up there and just took the mic from her. She just gave it to him. Right. Here's the video right here. Right. But she's weak. She's just okay. It's okay. That is not a leader. A guy comes up on stage. You're like, here, take it. Yeah. A leader doesn't do that.
And I'm so glad the way these people are speaking up. There's like the mainstream media try to change the narrative. What's important to America? They was on the cats and dogs, and no, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about these illegal immigrants. With the wave of one, y'all gave these people temporary stay in our country, and you're giving them benefits, welfare, food, cars, clothing.
They've done more
financial assistance for a house.
They've done more for illegal immigrants than they've done for American citizens.
Right.
And you can't refute that.
Yeah.
You cannot debunk that.
Yeah.
They've invested billions of dollars in the people that they're not even Americans.
Yeah. I would never understand how someone could come to a country illegally, right? And then get assistance that was meant for the citizens of that country. Democrats allow that. Republicans are not with that.
Yeah.
And then I want to touch on when Obama attacked black folks. He didn't attack white. He didn't attack Latino. He didn't attack anybody. He just attacked black folks. And that black guy said it perfectly. He was talking to us like, you Negroes better get in line.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah. And you know what was so crazy about this? You got Spike Lee. Let me show you the video. I can't even put into words. Just to add insult to injury, he doubled down on what Obama, when he berated black men. Listen.
Well, it's sad but true. Some of my brothers have been drinking that Kool-Aid. And I just hope that they get their minds straight, get their minds right in time for this election. If they're conscious, if they're aware, there's nothing that this other guy can do that's going to put us, not just black folks, but Americans in a better position going forward. So I urge, and I got to give credit to President Obama, because he's been going really hard on the brothers. Some might think too hard, but I don't think so. We gotta wake up, and don't go for the okey doke, the flim flam. Can't do that. We gotta support our sister.
I can't take anybody serious for white brim glasses.
And the age, he's an older guy and he dresses like a teenager.
He dressed like that when he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
His 20s.
That's who black people look up to. And that's why it's so hard for black people to turn the other cheek and think a different way, because everybody in our communities, our churches, especially our churches, I have absolutely no respect for the black church. They pimp black men and black women to Democrats every election cycle.
Not all of them.
Then you got a majority of them do.
Yeah.
Name one that doesn't. That's why black people think and act the way they do. It's a culture thing that we have to break, and it's very hard. Luckily for me, I had family who put a bug in my ear.
Well, we got common sense, man. We got brains.
Yeah, and I got brains. A lot of black people. I mean,
it's culture. It's not a brain. It's not a capacity. It's just culture.
I wouldn't say for black men, for black women, yeah, it's totally genetic. Those black women you saw in that video, that is an anomaly. But black men, yeah, they turn around. Black women too are turning around, but a majority of the black community that's actually voting red is going to be black men.
Yeah, Spike Lee's like, people need to wake up.
How is he going to double down on what Obama did? That was absolutely wrong for him to talk to black men.
Man, what if Trump came out and said what Obama said, and then other white actors, people in his like him, movie producer, whatever he is, director, come out and say, yeah, man, he was hard. Trump was hard on the white guys, but he needs to do it.
Yeah,
they need to wake up.
Yeah, Trump is not out there vote for me because I'm white, but black people, celebrities. The upper class, black people who black people look up to, they're saying vote for Kamala because she's a sister. She's not black. She's not even remotely black.
She never brings up her black daddy, the one thing that supposedly makes her black. And she only brings up her mom and her mom's side of the family. Yeah. But she black.
That's why Trump got a lot of flack when he called her out for, she's not black. She's only black because she's running for president. Well, when she was nominated to be Joe Biden's vice president. That's why it's so important that we call her out, because it's all a scam. Because everybody knows, Republicans, especially black conservatives, we know the reason why she said she's black. Because black people will run to the polls and vote for her. Yeah. I did it when Obama ran for office. When I was a Democrat, oh man, a black president. Oh, this would be amazing. Yeah. No, it's the worst thing that ever happened in this country.
Well, her daddy's still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, looked like she would have did this. But they're strange. They don't even talk.
Well,
her black father and her, I don't even think the guy's black.
I don't think he is.
I don't even think he might have a little bit in him, but he's not black.
When you
shut up. Like Indian women, that's like a huge stigma for them to marry a black dude.
Yeah.
It's more black dudes marrying white women than black men marrying Indian women. Mm-hmm. That is such a huge stigma for an Indian woman to marry a Negro.
Yeah. Even though a lot of Indian people, they might have a dark complexion, they do not associate or assimilate with black culture. They don't consider themselves black.
Exactly.
They consider themselves Asian.
Yeah, Kamala, her mom, I think she was a doctor.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't see Indian people being homeless. That's like an anomaly if you do. It's because of the culture. You don't see Asian people being homeless.
Right.
It's a cultural thing. That's why I say you do not see, there's a stigma. I hate to say it, but there's a stigma when somebody other than black marries a black guy. Oh, he must be a basketball player. He must have a lot of money, because why else would you marry one? Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not black. And I'm glad black people are actually starting to think, what do you have to lose at this point? Historically, y'all just vote Democrat. You think cultural is the right thing to do, but it's absolutely the worst thing to do. If you think that way, it's the worst thing you can do for our country. If you really want to liberate yourself and liberate our country, you got to start thinking outside the box. Put all your feelings to the side and just vote for the person who you think is going to serve your best.
Yeah, it's not even outside the box. Just being objective.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even outside the box, just common sense.
Well, for them, that's outside the box. I see why you would use that word. But I'm done talking about this. Show's over.